Hello, text video fanatics. Welcome back to another live stream. I haven't chatted with you guys live in quite a while, so I'm super excited. As you're coming on to today's live stream or you're watching the replay later on today, go on ahead and leave a 777 in the comments. Let me know what you're up to today. Just start chatting there in the comment area. Today, as you can tell by the title and the description of the video, we're talking all about leadership. Specifically, 3 things that you can do to become a better leader in your industry starting today. So these 3 things I'm going to share with you, you can start implementing today. So I'm very excited to be chatting with you about this topic. What made me decide to share about leadership with you guys is over the weekend, last weekend, my husband and I, hi Priscilla, my husband and I went to a football game at a local college here in our area. And lo and behold, John Maxwell said the opening prayer at the football game. And then he walked right up next to us, okay? So we're sitting right here. John Maxwell walks up, and I'm having like a hyper reactive like fangirl moment. And I'm like, Christopher, that's John Maxwell. Like, that's the John Maxwell. I acted so silly because I was so excited that he was right there. And then Christopher's like, okay, why don't you go up and say hello? Because he was chatting with some other people. And he eventually came right up next to us. And I was just like, hi. And then John Maxwell goes, hello. And it was just the funniest thing because as soon as I said hi, I did it in a squeaky voice, first of all. I was like, hi. And then he said hi to me and continued walking out of the football stadium. And what I find so funny about this is I missed my opportunity, you guys. John Maxwell was right there. He probably does not remember who I am, but one day when I meet him farther into my career, I'm going to be like, I was the girl at the football game with the super squeaky voice. So that was a big fangirl moment. And so that made me decide, you know, I want to write a blog post about leadership, and then I want to come on live and chat with you guys all about it. So that's what we're doing today. That's my little story of kind of meeting John Maxwell, but not meeting John Maxwell. All right, so if you dream of becoming a better leader in your industry, it's not enough to simply want to be a better leader. You have to know why becoming a better leader is important to you in the first place. This is the same with goal setting too. You can't just have a goal. You have to know why that goal is important to you in the first place. I'm going to pause super quickly. I'm so sorry. I have to get the battery for my computer or else it's going to be shut off. 1 second. Okay. Small technical difficulties, but that's just what happens when you go live on the internet. Hold on 1 second. Dun, 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 dun. Okay, hold on. We're almost there. Almost there. That would be awful if it cut off in the middle of the live stream. Okay, there we go. So we're talking about the why. Why do you want to be a better leader? Why do you want to accomplish a certain goal? Is your why to prove yourself better than John at work? Because that's probably not the best motivator. But if your why is so you can serve your office at a higher level of performance, you've got yourself a winning mindset there. Even with my coaching clients, I talk about the fact that, okay, if you're only working out so you can look better than Sally Sue from your school, that's not a good enough motivator or a good enough reason why you should chase down that goal. So you have to know your why even when you want to become a better leader. Today I'm going to share with you 3 helpful, tangible pieces of advice that you can start implementing today. So here we go. Number 1, the first thing, if you want to become a better leader, is to master your emotional awareness. Master your emotional awareness. As a leader, you will have to handle challenging people in difficult situations. It's incredibly vital to the success of your team that you learn how to effectively deal with your emotions. Emotions typically work in a 3-tier pattern. And this is like psychological scientific. So the 3-tier pattern runs like this. Your feelings will inform your thoughts. Your thoughts will create behaviors, and your behaviors will reinforce your feelings. Okay, so it goes feelings inform thoughts, thoughts create behaviors, and behaviors reinforce those feelings. All right, so it's like a big endless cycle. And this is why so many people battle with nasty habits and addictions. They're on this loop-de-loop type of pattern. It's an endless cycle if you don't step in and put in the hard work to properly understand and recognize your emotions. You can start becoming more emotionally aware by asking yourself some of these questions. These are really good. They really help you to do some self-exploration and some evaluation for yourself. You can ask yourself, what am I feeling in this moment? Like, what am I feeling? What would it be like to not react to this? So maybe you're frustrated about something going on in the office. You could 360 your mindset, 360 how you're feeling, and ask yourself, what would it be like to not be angry in this moment? What would it be like to not react to this person, this situation going on in the office? You can ask yourself, why am I giving this situation, this person, this place so much power over my reaction and mood? Why am I giving them power? Do I need to do some more investigating into this before I respond or decide? Is it okay that I'm reacting this way right now? Or should I research and gather more evidence about this before I hastily react or respond or decide to this situation, this person, this thing? So this is some questions you can ask yourself, because the first part of becoming a better leader in your industry is mastering your emotional awareness. The second thing is to invest in your personal growth, which I'm sure all of you already do, but continue to invest in your personal growth. You must invest into yourself before you can even think of investing into others as a leader. Be sure you are practicing what you preach as a leader. People will want to follow someone who is authentic, committed, and growing as a person. Here are a few ways you can invest in yourself this week. You can attend a conference or a workshop. Join your local chamber of commerce and attend networking events. Listen to a podcast or a TED Talk. Hire a personal coach. Those are all really great ways that you can invest into yourself this week. Or maybe even just spend a few minutes alone. Go for a walk in nature. Just refuel yourself. Continue to invest and fill your mind with the good things. That way you can invest into others. And then the third thing on the list of how you can become a better leader in your industry is to become incredibly decisive. Become incredibly decisive. I love when influential leaders are able to make a decision when the shot needs to be called. No stalling, hesitation, or reluctancy. Being able to trust your gut and make the choice regardless of how much information you may or may not have is an incredibly valuable trait. Leaders should be able to handle the outcome of a decision, even the consequences if they did end up making the wrong call. To be more decisive in your everyday life, here are a couple of suggestions. Before I go into the suggestions, I just want to talk about this a little bit more. I really believe that we need more decisive people, especially in leadership and business. Like, it frustrates me, especially young people. I'm just going to use young people as an example since I'm a young person. They have such a challenging time making decisions for themselves. And I have been there. I have done that. I have regretted not making the decision or calling the shot when it needed to be called. And so I just feel like this is something incredibly valuable and important for a leader, that no matter how much information you may or may not have, to just go on ahead and make that decision for yourself. And then whether you made the wrong call, which we all do at points in our life, let's say you did make the wrong call, as a leader, you're going to be able to handle the outcome of those choices, the consequences that may come from that decision that you made. But instead of waiting for every single piece of evidence that you may need, or waiting until everything's right or perfect in your life, instead just trusting your gut and being able to make that decision. In fact, I'm going to pull up a quote I saw on Instagram that I saved. This quote is by Susie Moore. She's a life coach, and she says, "Remember this. Second opinions are rarely better than your first instinct." Second opinions are rarely better than your first instinct. So just being able to trust your gut is so important as a leader. Now, here are some ways you can be more decisive in your life today. When a colleague comes up to you with a question or suggestion, don't make him or her wait for your decision. Make a choice right there and then. Be prepared to handle the outcome of your call with professionalism. So someone comes up to you in the office today, instead of saying, let me sleep on it, I'll get back to you by the end of the week. Instead, listen to what they're saying. Be very intentional with what they are telling you about the situation, about the person, about the thing, but then be able to make your decision right there and then, and hope it was a good call. And if it wasn't, just go on ahead and be able to handle the outcome, the consequences that may come with that, and pick yourself back up. So that's the first idea. The second thing is, are you waiting to decide what project to start next? Draw strips of paper out of a hat and be 100% committed to working on whatever idea you pull out of the drawing. Because you guys, I'm sure some of you are very indecisive when it comes to doing something new for your brand or business, starting a new project, going after a new idea. So take all of those ideas, throw them into a hat, then shake up the hat, draw a strip of paper out, and then be decisive and 100% committed to whatever you pull out of the hat. And then this is just a funny one that I decided to add. Don't wait for your spouse to make a decision about where he or she wants to go for dinner. Pick a place in your head and drive them there, no questions asked. Because you know the cliche marriage thing that wives can never decide where to go to dinner. So just make the decision for your spouse. So those are 3 different tips that you can start implementing to become a better leader in your industries, to become more emotionally aware, invest in your personal growth, and learn to be more decisive in your everyday life. You can read more of these type of blog posts. I know you guys are our text video group, but if you want to check out blog.dropmok.com, we have all kinds of fun blog posts and this new leadership blog post if you want to read it for yourself. Thank you guys so much for watching this live stream. Hope you guys are having a productive, super awesome week. I'm about to film a video for Jamie because some of you know they're launching a new product called it has to do with social video ads. I'm pretty sure they have a fancy name for it though. And he's launching it with Ryan Phillips next week. And so we are going to go film a little promo video for him. It's going to be quite fun. It actually feels like fall outside, so it's a perfect day to go outside and film instead of filming in the heat and getting all sweaty because he's in like a suit and stuff. So really nice weather to go on ahead and film. But you guys, that's all I have to say today on leadership. I hope you guys have a great rest of your day, and I will talk to you again next time. Bye, everyone.